Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Thursday, August 8th, 2024. We are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. Let's recap the Hall of Fame game. So, to recap the Hall of Fame game, we had a winning units day. 1-1-1. Texans first quarter, minus 0.5. Pretty easy winner. Never really a doubt there. Plus 150. Got the dub there. Under 31.5. Never a shot. We didn't have any shot there. That was terrible. And then we had the Texans money line, which is voided, which I think they still would have won. People would tell me, the Bears the momentum, but the Bears fuck things up constantly. So I think I would have won, but it's a void regardless. So 1-1-1. We had a winning day, first day of the NFL season, and that kind of takes what we did last year. I mean, we were plus 73.14 against the NFL last year. You guys can see the records below. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, or if you're not new to the channel and you just haven't hit the subscribe button, definitely hit the subscribe button. Like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post NFL videos every single day the NFL is on, along with the MLB, NHL, NBA, and college football. Can't wait for college football to be back and the NFL. By the way, went 7-1. 7-1 the MLB last night. So definitely go check that video out. That video is live, so definitely go check that out on the channel. But let's jump into plays that we have today for NFL preseason, the NFL preseason. And we have 3 plays I'm going to give you guys here on the channel. We also have a members-only best bet in NFL preseason game 1 for today and Thursday, and 2 in the MLB as well. We're on an 11-1 members-only run, so definitely go check out our website, zdmbets.com/picks. But let's jump into the first play that we have today. It's going to be the Patriots, minus 6.5 versus the Panthers. First things first, sharps are on New England. Let's just get that out of the way. The sharps are heavy on New England here today, and the reason why they are is because you just can't look at the names of the teams. The names of the teams honestly do not matter. This is not the regular season. You have to look at depth charts, and the depth chart is the huge difference here. Quarterback depth for the Pats is really where they're going to make their moves. Because when you look at the Panthers, for example, Bryce Young's going to play like maybe 2 series, maybe he probably play like 2 because they have a new coach. Jack Plummer for Louisville is, I watched him a lot last year at Louisville. He had some good games, but when it was time to, man up, beat Florida State without I'm forgetting the freaking quarterback's name, Jordan Travis, he did not do anything. And the Patriots have a very, very deep defense. They just do, because they still have Gerard Mayo, who everyone's familiar with in the building, and they've got good defensive personnel. But if you look at the quarterback there, Jack Plummer, I don't even know who Jake Luton is. It's not great. While for the Patriots, Jacoby Brissett's going to play a few series, obviously, but Drake May is going to get a huge line share of the snaps, along with Joe Milton. And then the last one's Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi has won games in the NFL. The quarterback depth is huge here. And honestly, I'm looking at look at the wide receiver depth chart and the running back depth chart for the Patriots. For the preseason, not the regular season, but for the preseason, it really isn't bad. Jalen Reagor, Tyquan Thornton, Michael Hasty. They've got some good guys who can play in the backfield, can play receiver, which is obviously huge when you're talking about this tight end. They're actually pretty deep. Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper. Again, not good for like the regular season, but for the preseason, that is unbelievably good. And when you look at this, when you look at this matchup here, my thought is with Carolina, like they're going to be a new system, so they're going to be a little bit more vanilla, and the Panthers' defensive depth just is not there, and the Pats are going to try to give confidence to their fans, because the fans are looking around, they're like, we don't have a shot at doing anything here, which is correct. But today they're going to try to put some confidence, establish a new culture. I think they score a ton of points, and I think they win this game against the Panthers pretty convincingly. So I'm rolling the Patriots, minus 6.5 versus the Panthers here today. Now, off this game, I add one more play for this. We're going to go with the over 33.5 in Carolina and New England. Again, my big thing here is this: the Panthers' defensive depth is not there. The Patriots are going to try to give confidence to the fans and score a ridiculous amount of points. I can just really repeat what I just said, but I'm rolling the over 33.5 Carolina and New England today. And then we're going to go with the under 34.5 in Detroit and the Giants. The sharp money here is on the under, without question. Both these offensive coaches are going to keep it vanilla because they don't want to give away their system. Plus, with Detroit, they have nothing to prove. They don't give a fuck about the preseason. They were a half away from going to the Super Bowl and rematching with KC. They're not going to give a fuck about this. And Detroit doesn't really have a lot of quarterback depth when you're really looking at the depth chart here. I mean, when you look at it, you obviously have Jared Goff. I don't think Jared Goff plays at all. You're going to deal with Nate Sudfeld, who, I mean, he's fine. I was a Redskins fan, so he's played for us for a little bit. He was fine in the preseason. And Hendon Hooker, who we don't really know how his knee is going to do. He's also like 26 years old in his second year in the league, so I'm not really sure if he can play or not. They've got some decent offensive depth, but nothing really crazy, especially when you're talking about like talking about quarterback. But also their O-line depth isn't really there. I mean, I'm not going to bore you guys with going through the names or everything, but I don't really love the guys they have in the back there. While in the Giants' case, I think they're going to try to establish like last year was a fluke. And defensively, they've got some freaking guys like on defense, and they're going to be able to shut down Detroit in a way that is just, I think that it's just going to be a very boring game in this sense. It's going to be a very low scoring game. And the Lions defense, by the way, last year wasn't very good during the regular season. They were like, they got torched a little bit, especially with their star safety. I'm forgetting his name right now, Brian Burns, I think. But the strong safety of the green mouthpiece, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head as I'm doing this, not my notes. Should have put it in the notes. But the fact is, though, is that they got burned a little bit last year. So I think the defenses are really going to step up here, specifically the Lions. They want to make sure they establish a new culture, take a Giants team that isn't very good offensively, and be able to just gain some confidence going into week 2 and like in training camp. So I'm rolling the under 33.5 in 34.5 in 34.5 in Detroit and New York. Now, just so you guys know, like I said, we're running a 40% off sale for our membership. We are on fire. We're 11-1. 11-1 in our last 12 members only best bets. ZDMBets.com/picks. The website's linked in the pinned comment below. But guys, let's go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.